If you are a current resident or if you're thinking about moving to the Lafayette, Louisiana area, there are some exciting developments that are coming in the next few years. There are lots of big plans for the city and a really exciting one that I'm going to talk about at the end, so make sure you stick around to find out what that is. My name is Drake Abshire. I am a local real estate agent here in the Lafayette, Louisiana area, and if you are thinking about moving to the area or need to sell in this area, please call, text, DM me. I am happy to connect with you and help you with your move. First off, let's talk about the first project that I did a little bit of research on, and it is the I-49 connector. So you guys know, especially if you've been in this area, that we've had lots of construction. They just revamped the entire interstate that went through I-10. They made it much safer, much wider, and a lot smoother. So I know everyone appreciates that. But we are currently working on easier access from coming from North Louisiana right through Lafayette as it takes you down through the bayou area. So if you were going from Lafayette and you were going to pass from Karen Crow through Lafayette trying to get to Broussard or head down toward New Iberia area or any of the bayou areas such as Houma and Morgan City, well, you would have to take I-49, which turns into Highway 90. And Highway 90 for years has been a real mess, and just to put it lightly. But now we've been seeing lots of new construction, and they have really been revamping a lot of it, making it much easier to not only get onto those highways, but also to handle better traffic flow. They've made it much smoother. They're working on better exits and less lights that are stopping people, but rather that traffic can really get to and from the south side of the city all the way to the north side and the interstate. So it makes it much easier. One of the ones that has really been a headache, and they really are still taking their time trying to figure out the development and the best course of action, would be the Evangeline Three-Way, which is that Highway 90 that goes right through that part of downtown, and it connects you right to the interstate I-10 area. So that one really has needed a lot of work, and it's very congested at those areas. You have a lot of lights that you'll hit going through there, so it really kind of slows down the flow of traffic, and they are currently working on those projects. It says it's going to be ongoing all the way through 2025, but of course that traffic and those things are important even for people that are not using the airport, right? We want to know that traffic is going to be able to flow during the busy times when I'm heading to work or when I'm leaving, or if I'm just trying to get out of the city. How quickly can I get out of here? There's no loop. We don't have any kind of interstate that really loops us around the city. These are some of the I think prime areas that you can really get out. You only have really Ambassador Caffrey that takes you around the west side of the city, and then this is the only really other option if you take through Verrod or you go off of that side, Highway 90 through Ambassador Caffrey connects. That is your only two routes to really get around the city to avoid a ton of city lights and the most of the heavy traffic that's within the city. Those are your only routes around. Personally, I don't love the traffic here. I do think it can be a bit of a headache to get caught in, especially on the south side if you're anywhere near Colley Saloon or Ambassador Caffrey. The holidays can really be terrible anywhere near the mall, and down Ambassador Caffrey or Colley Saloon, that's where most of the shopping, the restaurants, and the stores and nightlife is. So it really can be a bit of a headache with all the red lights, and that there's just not enough lanes for everybody to get in and out really quickly. And of course, God forbid, if there's any construction or any wrecks, then yeah, things get backed up and it can really be a headache. I don't love that about our infrastructure. I don't think Lafayette planned really well for the amount of traffic that we have. But I do know that the city does have an eye on it, and they are slowly trying to implement more and more funds and make the roadways better. So with time, we are hoping that we're going to start to see some relief in those congested areas. Another exciting project that I was super excited about was going to be the 716 Tower. They were going to be high rises that they were going to build in downtown. It was going to feature 5-star hotels. It was going to have really high-end condominiums that people could buy that overlooked the entire city. They were going to have nightlife and a hotel bar and all these wonderful things that people were looking forward to. Businesses that could have office spaces and lofts within this high-rise building. Originally, it was going to be 2 towers that they were going to put in a downtown area. Well, the project decided that the money and the people that were looking to purchase within it, it wasn't getting as much flow as they were hoping for or as much excitement, so they had taken it down to just 1 tower. They decided that it wasn't going to work for the area that they had picked, and so they are now in talks of trying to negotiate a new area of Lafayette to be able to put that high rise. They want it to be in a prime location that people would enjoy and that we really think would revamp that area of downtown. So it's not off the table. It's an exciting project we could look forward to. They just again have to find and negotiate another spot for this location. Another one that everybody's excited about and is happening, you can see the construction when you pass by it, was Our Lady of Lourdes Stadium, which is right next to the Cajun Dome. It is where the home of the Raging Cajuns. It is a $65 million project where they are going to bring in state-of-the-art booze and seating. Really great place to go and watch a game with a family, enjoy refreshments, find areas to hang out and chill out. It's going to be a really nice state-of-the-art facility thanks to Our Lady of Lourdes sponsorship. And so that project, you can see it ongoing. They had started with destruction, they had taken it all down. Now it's finally starting to come up and it's on the rise. So it will be really nice once it's completed, and we'll have a really nice facility for watching football games. But you may ask how this is helpful if you're not in football. Well, it brings in tourism. People who join the college, they want to come and support people, and it's just fun. It creates more community. So it's more entertainment. It is things that bring more money in for the school. It provides more jobs for people that work within those areas, right? So these are all things that I think are good for the economy. It's good for UL, and of course good for Lafayette. So we all stand behind it and support that project. Hopefully you do too. Next up would be First Solar's manufacturing facility. This is another very exciting project that I saw on the rise. This is going to be completed somewhere around 2026. This is a building that they are building, which is going to be a $1.1 billion facility, and this is a manufacturing project for solar. This is beautiful for our economy because Louisiana is not necessarily known for green energy or green facilities. So to see this type of facility coming for this area is not only huge job opportunities, but I think really starts to put on the map and the idea that Louisiana is not just this oil and gas and dirtying up country, but that rather we as a city are thinking about green opportunities, and we are thinking about the future industries. We can put solar on homes. Solar could be a possibility in cars and other things that it can operate, right? So we are thinking about the fact of, yes, our youth or the future generations, we want the earth to still be here, right? We want more job opportunities and things that solar can produce. So this first solar building is going to be very close to the Lafayette Regional Airport, and it says it's going to create over 700 new jobs, direct and indirect jobs because of this. But it says the facility will produce high performance photovoltaic, I guess I'm saying that right, solar modules that will collaborate with the University of Lafayette as they do research and development for the workforce. Big companies moving to the area are always bringing big opportunities, right? Because it's not only creating jobs, but people are watching from the outside, right? They're looking at Louisiana and eyes may be on them about, are we going to stay that stale old place that's just about oil and gas, but are we thinking about green opportunities and thinking about the future of the state? So we love to see these types of things happening. I think it's great for our economy, and I think green energy is the future of development within the green space. Next up would be the Fiber Home Initiative. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of LUS, that's the Lafayette Utility Systems, but they have fiber internet, and that's what the initiative has been. They are trying to provide fiber service all throughout the city. I can tell you, I finally live in a place in Lafayette area that has fiber internet, and it's wonderful. I really feel like not only do I get fast speeds, but it also is very reliable. It doesn't drop signal. I don't feel like I ever really lose internet pretty much ever, which is pretty fantastic for most internet services. So having the fiber ability, I really highly recommend. If you live in an area that has LUS fiber, absolutely get it. And of course, fiber for every home would be great, right? Everyone who works from home would really appreciate having fiber internet, but this fiber can also tap into businesses, which is even better, right? Any places that you go and visit, if you go to cafes or any kind of local facilities, it'd be wonderful if everybody has fiber internet that people can tap into, even Wi-Fi. All of these corporate businesses that are trying to get their jobs done and done them efficiently. Reliable internet is important. It is the future of any business, right? Having internet connection. If you like streaming, gaming, all of these things, of course, even for leisure, right? It's really important to have internet signal. So we're excited about this fiber opportunity, and obviously I think it is a really good thing for Lafayette that they're developing this. Of course, if you live in some of the rural areas, or if you go into the outskirts of town, then yes, you're not going to have the availability of fiber as likely as some of the places that are within the city. So something to keep in mind. You obviously can still get different kind of internet. There's Cox, there's AT&T, Verizon, all these other services that can offer you internet. But again, absolutely, fiber internet is going to be faster and way better. So those initiatives I think are important. Do your research, find out, especially if you work from home and internet's important to you, then location, you need to do your due diligence and make sure that you will have the access to the internet that you'll need that's going to help you to perform your business correctly. And then last but not least would be the real estate industry. What changes? Is real estate prices going to skyrocket? Are we going to see all of these big changes that are happening? Is it going to change the face of Lafayette? Are we going to see prices become just like all these other cities that had those surges during COVID? We had Austin, Texas, and you have California, all of these places that people are leaving in droves because the prices are just too high. Well, I don't want to fearmonger you guys. We have not seen crazy skyrocketing high prices, but I will say we have seen since COVID prices rise, and prices have been steady. We have not seen them come down much at all, even with the high interest rates. With the things that have been moving in, that just says a lot about our economy, that Lafayette is still thriving. People are still buying and selling. People are still moving to the area. I see subdivisions popping up in the middle of fields all over the place, it seems. There are new projects being remodeled and families moving in. So Lafayette is still thriving and it's not going anywhere. Youngsville, suburb right south of Lafayette, still thriving. Prices are at an all-time high in all of these areas, in a lot of these areas. So really something to keep in mind. As rates come down, we know prices are going to continue to rise. So do I think real estate is a great investment? Absolutely, rather than throwing away money in rent. But it also means great for if you own a home here, if you're a seller, somebody that owns properties. We want to see this kind of economic development because that means your real estate values will continue to rise. The prices will continue to rise, meaning you're sitting on more equity. You can choose to upgrade with that equity, or you can even pull it out for HELOC loans, right? Home equity lines of credit to be able to pay for other things or help you out in a time of need, right? So these are good things for you. It can really help homeowners, and it makes people want to stay when they see a thriving real estate market. But again, we have the people who fight things, right? We have seen things like Airbnbs really be attacked in this area. They have banned Airbnbs in RS1, that is specific areas of the city. You really have to look on a map with Lafayette Consolidated Government to find out which neighborhoods and which areas specifically you can't have Airbnbs in, but a lot of people use those for business purposes, right? And they have been banned throughout the Lafayette area, so you have to be aware if that's one of the business opportunities that you want, or if you need places to stay. Well, you know, they have had some government that moved in, and what they did was kind of ruin a lot of people's opportunities to use those as businesses. That is something that has affected the real estate industry. Some people are like, they don't want all the tourists within their neighborhoods or people coming in and out. Of course, some people don't want to see Lafayette thrive too much because then prices get too inflated and then it becomes unaffordable for even the people that live here or like grew up here. But of course, if you can invest in real estate and get in now before the prices continue to rise to where it is unaffordable, you'll be sitting in a much better place. I always say it's better to invest now than wait too long where the prices are completely unaffordable and then you'll have regretted not getting in when you could. Personally, I am super thrilled to see the new stadium that's going to be there. I personally love football and I'm very excited about the Our Lady of Lourdes Stadium that's coming. And of course, I love to see the solar energy coming in place because that to me is speaking to the fact of green energy and that we're thinking about the future. I love seeing these types of things in Louisiana. I'm excited about that. Them working on the traffic flow, those are all things that make me personally excited. I don't like sitting in traffic and I know you guys don't either. So do you think these changes are worrisome or do they worry you? Drop me a comment. I would love to hear your opinion about these changes, if you think they're positive or negative on the Lafayette area. Of course, if you're thinking of moving to the Lafayette area, DM me, shoot me a text message, call me. I would love to connect with you, answer any of your questions, and help you make that move as smoothly as possible. If you want to see more videos about the Lafayette area, just click right here. Obviously, you'll be able to get more information, educate yourself, and make a better decision for you and your family. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I so appreciate you as a community, you guys supporting me and being there to watch my videos and all of the great feedback I've been getting. But let us know in the comments what you think about these changes that are happening. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and you're looking for more Lafayette videos, well, check out my next one. There are ones about the top neighborhoods that there are available here in Lafayette. Click on it now. I'll see you over there.